We also, with the Uxbridge Minutemen, we made molds
Mm-hmm.
for our own buttons.
Yep.
Here's all the buttons that we made our own pewter and poured our own buttons.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This is me in my colonial uniform.
Okay.
Me and my cannon. Her name is Abigail.
Abigail the Cannon. Yeah, cannons are always named after women, so.
Jim Beauchamp has her in his barn.
So I've heard.
She lives in her barn.
That's because cannons are loud.
But I have pictures, I have tapes, I have
And
like
dangerous.
hundreds of pictures of the cannon.
Uh-huh.
And I can tell you that because we built it. We had a barrel cast in the foundry in New York.
I think there's a lot of stories.
Yeah.
Here I am giving a speech
Okay.
at the museum down in Woonsocket, the military museum down in Woonsocket.
Yeah.
I'm giving a speech about the Uxbridge Minutemen.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
I'm an official Minuteman.
There you go. There's your patch. Yep.
In the beginning, when we first started the Minutemen,
Mm-hmm.
we used to sell stuff so we could make money to get incorporated.
Yep.
And we've done events on the Common.
Mm-hmm.
We made things which we'd sell to the public.
Okay.
Here's a replica of the stocks that used to be on the Uxbridge Common.
Oh, no way. That's
Oh, the
Miniature
stocks.
the stocks.
replica.
Love it. Just sort out all the rogues. Yeah.
That's a French Charleville type musket. Revolutionary War. That's a repro. That's not an original. I was a tomahawk thrower.
Were ya? Oh, there you go.
Besides doing cannon shoots and parades, we all done things on the side. Throwing tomahawks was one of the things. Because we throw for money, we throw for beer, we throw for different reasons. I made my own tomahawks because I'm very handy with my hands. I made them tomahawks. And for years I carried them with me. And I became a professional hawk thrower.
Oh, wow.
I could throw front my chair, I could throw backwards, underhand. Here's me when I was a selectman.
Oh. Look at that handsome fellow. Yeah, there you go.
When Uxbridge celebrated its 250th,
Mm-hmm.
Benny Emmerich, being not only a police officer in town but a historian,
Mm-hmm.
was named chairman of the Revolutionary Bicentennial Commission.
Okay.
And one of the many things that he done, many things, for our 250th, was he convinced the selectmen that they should reorganize the original Minuteman Company.
Okay. Yeah.
We had militia companies. We had a North and a South militia company in Uxbridge.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Benny said we should reorganize one of the Minuteman companies. Well, the militia companies were good because they had been around for years and years from day one. But they weren't fast moving.
Mm-hmm.
And give them a term, the radicals
Okay.
in our government at that time
The troublemakers.
who were pushing for
Uh-huh.
independence.
Yeah.
So we're going to need somebody that can move fast, and we can't wait for the militia. Besides that,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
officers in any militia company
Mm-hmm.
in the colonies
Okay.
received their commission from the King of England.
All righty.
So there was always a question in somebody's mind, if we go to war
Uh-huh.
against England, how are these guys going to react?
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So they come up with this rules and about, and they said a certain percentage of people from each militia company should volunteer
Okay.
to serve at a minute's notice and they elected their own officers.
Okay.
And this was Minutemen.
Yeah.
So Uxbridge did form a Minuteman company.
Mhm.
Well, in '75, Benny Emmerich said we should reorganize the Uxbridge Minutemen, and the selectmen did.
Okay.
I have copies somewhere, and it's in the record.
Yeah.
You know, it was passed at a town meeting and blah blah blah.
Okay. Wow.
We shall reorganize our original Minuteman company,
All right.
and that's when I joined in.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, when they decided to start a Minuteman company, they said, "Who's going to run it? We need competent people to run it if it's going to succeed."
Yeah.
So they looked around town, and were pushing from Benny Emmerich, Roger D. Landry.
Okay.
Roger D. Landry lived up on Quarry Hill, up on the top of the hill, across from where the dog park is today.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And that's across the street.
Yeah. I know that.
And he was a black powder nut, black powder hunter. He was also president of the Uxbridge Rod and Gun Club.
Okay.
So he knew how to organization, he knew black powder, he understood all of this stuff, and he was a classic.
Did he have all his fingers?
He was called Hangfire.
Okay.
That was his nickname, Hangfire.
Hangfire. All right.
And he also worked for like a gun company out of Connecticut.
Okay. All right.
And if you bought a kit from this gun company, and you weren't competent about assembling it, they sent it to Roger Landry, and he assembled it for you. And
So you wouldn't hurt
he
yourself.
was a black powder nut. That's what we called him.
Okay.
Roger Landry, Hangfire,
That was his
black
thing.
powder.
Huh?
No,
Okay.
for years.
Yeah.
But this was just some stuff that I
Okay.
picked up from my archives.
Yeah.
We've done events in Uxbridge,
Okay.
and here's a guy from Rhode Island. He was here's our original paperwork.
Oh, nice.
You
Very
can
good.
see here, I got another one. And let me see what I can. Where it says for troops to march on the street and carry muskets,
Mhm.
they must be trained.
Okay.
Well, who's going to train them?
Yeah.
Well, Council Minutemen out of Boston, which just don't exist today,
Okay.
said, well, we can train them.
All right.
My captain said, I don't totally understand this. We got to send our people to Boston to be trained, and I can do that because I'm a black powder nut anyway.
Yeah. All right.
So he got a thing from the governor of Massachusetts that he could officially sign our safety certificates
Okay.
that we've been trained and we knew how to handle the type stuff.
Okay.
Here's the letter that I wrote to people in winter camp in Uxbridge in 1974. The town of Uxbridge reactivated the original Minuteman Company to celebrate the bicentennial. I enlisted and served in a cannon crew, participating in cannon shoots, national battle reenactments, parades, and speaking everywhere from Maine to Ohio to Virginia.
Okay.
This was just a list of equipment I had that I raffled off one time because I had so much I didn't know what to do with it.
Oh, great. This is good.
And I just kind of put prices on it because I had it all out of my shed and people would come from everywhere to buy.
Uh-huh. Okay.
There's 3 Uxbridges in the world.
Uh-huh.
Uxbridge, Mass.
Yeah.
Uxbridge, Ontario, Canada, and Uxbridge, England.
Yep.
And we invited the leaders of that government
Mm-hmm.
to our 250th. Now, I don't know if they're going to do it for the 300th. I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
I don't
just
know.
one of the things that I can throw out
Yeah, it's a good idea.
because I can remember the mayor and his wife and his 2 children
Mm-hmm.
came down from Ontario, Canada, and they brought a drum and bagpipe band with them.
Really? Nice.
And the band played in Uxbridge
Okay.
at events, and they attended events, and
That's wonderful.
And we had a good
Yeah,
time.
I bet. Yeah.
And we had a good time. So
Yeah. It's not that far away, so nice for them.
there
to
was
come
nowhere
out.
in the world is far away today,
That's true.
right?
Yeah, you're right.
And so I always thought about that, you know. But it's just setting things up,
Mm-hmm.
having dances, and putting stuff in a casket at the waterfall.
Yeah.
I got photographs of that somewhere. We're putting the stuff in there. I guess they're going to open that up again.
I heard they're going to. Yeah,
They're going to,
they're
because
do
I
that
threw
again.
stuff in the casket.
Uh-huh.
I
You-
got
you're the one who threw it
photographs.
out there, huh?
After we became Uxbridge Minutemen, to do town events.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rationale why we reactivated the Minuteman Company.
Okay.
But then suddenly we realized that this could become bigger and bigger and bigger, because the whole country was going wild and crazy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we said, what do we do?
Yeah.
How do we get bigger than just being a local Minuteman company?
Right.
Because we're getting invited to go to New Hampshire and Rhode Island, and
Mm-hmm.
so we went to see a lawyer.
Okay.
We said, what do we do? He said, you should incorporate. You should form a separate organization called the Uxbridge Minutemen Inc.
Yeah.
Get licensed by its Commonwealth and all this stuff.
Yep.
And now you're a bona fide charitable organization, because you need this, because your money is going to be coming in,
Yep.
and control.
Yep.
And we said, okay, this is fine. What is this going to cost us? That's another question. What's it going to cost us? Because the town ain't going to pay for it.
No.
It's our own personal decision.
Right.
He said, and I'm not going to give you the name, because the name's still in town.
All
He
right.
said, I'll do it for, the lawyer said, I'll do it for nothing.
Uh-huh.
You just pay the fees to the state government that you have to.
Okay.
We said, no, how much? It's about maybe $500. That was beyond the beyond. We
Yeah.
probably had $20 in our treasury.
Right. Yeah.
But so we done events.
Mm-hmm.
We done events on the common as the Minutemen, with our women and our late making clothes and selling them. This is one of the things that we made, a copy of the stocks that used to be on the Uxbridge Common.
Those are good.
That's a miniature of them,
I love it.
but we sold them to make money.
Yep. Yep.
And we had arm patches made, Uxbridge Minutemen,
Yep.
and we sold them
Mm-hmm.
because we're trying to raise $500.
Right. Right.
Until one day, I God bless us, I guess is a term I gotta use.
Dick Moore?
We met a guy named Dick Moore.
Yeah. He was.
And he was running for us.
Yeah.
Bro.
I know. Yeah.
And we started talking with him, and we told him our plight.
Yep.
We're trying to raise money. And he kind of said, for what? We said, well, you know, all the expenses and to get incorporated. And he said, let me check up on it.
Okay.
Come back, he said, cost you $50. You know what?
Wow.
$50, he said, I can do it.
Okay.
He became our patron saint.
Got you through.
Oh, yeah. For years,
Yeah.
we were doing our own thing up and down the coast of the United States. But we always, our ace in our hole was Dick Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember more times than I can count. The phone would ring,
Yeah.
and he'd say, George? I'd say, yes, Dick. I need you.
All right.
What's going on, Dick? Well, because now, but he had got now involved with the whole valley,
Yep.
doing the whole valley type thing.
He's doing
He'd
all
say,
sorts of things.
I need you in your colonial uniform.
Mm-hmm.
We're opening a canal,
Okay.
something somewhere,
Yeah.
and I need you as my representative with me.
Okay.
And I can't tell you how many over the years.
Okay. That's great.
So Dick would call, and I'd put on my uniform and I'd go.
And go to that event.
So
with him.
this was it.
That's nice.
But I'm still getting away from the story of Roger D. Landry.
Okay, so Roger.
We were told that there would be no taxes upon our corporation
Mm-hmm.
because of the type of corporation that we were.
Right.
Non-profit making the whole bit.
Right.
Roger Landry gets an official Minuteman to the Minutemen from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts a bill. We failed to pay our income tax.
Oh. Okay.
Roger is a unique person. He was. Calls up Dick Moore, says, Dick, what the hell's going on?
Uh-huh.
Dick says, forget it.
Uh-huh.
It's a mistake.
Okay.
You guys shouldn't have been taxed.
Well, he's probably right. If you're charitable. So.
Sounds sensible.
Yep.
A month later, he gets another demand.
Okay.
If we don't pay the bill,
Uh-huh. They're coming for you, huh?
they're coming for us.
Yeah.
Roger Landry puts on his colonial uniform, grabs his musket, and goes to the newspaper.
Okay.
And I got copies of that's what I'm trying to find. Copies of the headlines in the Worcester Telegram.
Uh-huh.
Roger standing there with his musket and the paperwork and said, we're marching on Boston to oppose taxes.
There you
This
go.
is headlines, man.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, you
Oh.
can't buy this.
No.
You can't write this, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm marching. I'm on the road to Boston with my musket because I'm going to object to
This tax. They were-
taxes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I made front page for months.
Oh, that's awesome.
Finally, the state of Massachusetts backed away.
I'll bet.
Said we didn't know anything.
Okay.
And I firmly believe that 40% of the people wanted freedom from the king for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I figure another 40 to 45% still wanted to stay with the king.
There were a
They
lot.
just thought he was had bad advisors.
Yeah.
That was the,
Okay.
and there was a certain percentage didn't care one way or the other
Yeah.
because there were tradespeople selling to both sides.
Okay, so they're making money anyway.
They don't care who was in charge or who was leading.
As long as the stuff's sold.
They were making money. But a lot of people don't understand it because all you know is what you hear today. You know,
It's never simple.
nothing in life is simple.
No, it's never simple.
It's never simple.
Yeah.
My wife has dementia, as I told you.
Yeah, you did tell me.
And she has a person comes every
Want me to
day.
take that?
She has a person that comes every day.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in the morning. She comes at night to make sure, especially in the morning, to make sure that Mary's up. She's cleaned up. She's ready for her program. She got enough bras in her drawer.
That's
Yeah,
important.
the whole bit.
Okay.
Lady stuff. I call
All the girl stuff, huh?
it. The girl stuff.
Okay.
And it's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I've known this lady now for 5-6 months. She's a local. She lives in Uxbridge. And I just learned her last name last week because we call her by her first name and we have a telephone number.
Mm-hmm.
But I just finally got her last name. But she has a 16-year-old son that goes to high school. He's a senior.
Okay.
Her husband works. She's not only a mother, but a high school senior's mother.
Mm-hmm.
And she works on a side, doing this thing, taking care of Mary.
Yeah.
Plus, she drives a bus,
Really?
one of these vans, takes people to the airport.
Okay.
She said, I went to Logan or I went to Connecticut.
Oh.
And I'm saying, oh, it is a busy lady, right?
She's a lady with a kid.
She's a lady and she's doing her thing.
Yeah.
That's what makes this country so great.
Yeah.
I said to her the other day, we were waiting for Mary to come home.
Yeah.
And I said, you're here every day. You do a great job. It don't cost me anything because the insurance company pays for it. I don't know what you make.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is you're here every day. And you do something for me, and you make my life easier by taking care of my wife,
Yeah.
and this is good.
Yes.
Well, I said, I know nothing about you. I know that you're married. I know you got a 16-year-old son in high school, plays the clarinet,
Yeah.
and does acting,
Okay.
and plays in a band.
Wow. Okay.
And I know your husband works full-time somewhere.
Yeah.
But I said, I have to ask people questions because I'm a talker. I said, is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? Do you have any deep feelings like, I want to be a swimming star or I want to do something?
Yeah.
She said, she gave me a kind of funny look. She said, I always wanted to be an electrician.
Really? Well, you're an electrician.
I was an electrician for
trained.
years.
Yeah.
I learned it in the Navy. I taught it.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
I said, what? She said, I'd like to be an electrician. I said, why not?
Do it.
She said, oh, that's a male-orientated. Lady, I said, listen to me. If you never listen to anybody in your life, listen to me. I've been in there. I played the game. I know what's going on. First of all, let me tell you the disadvantages of being a tradesman. Once upon a time there was, because I had a stigma that went with them. Not today. Today, when you go to the country clubs, the people that are playing golf are the tradesmen, the plumbers,
The
the electricians. Because
You
I
make a good
know
living.
personally,
Yeah.
they make $200,000 and $220,000 a year. That's their take-home pay.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah.
Easily. And I said, a woman in this male-orientated, I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm saying if a woman wants to get into it, there are so many companies
Yeah.
that will give you free training.
Just to get
Just
somebody in.
to be able to say that we hire females on a sign for their business.
Okay.
I said, I know it's going to happen. So I said, lady, if that's what your dream is, please do it. You know,
Yeah.
it might take you 15 years.
Well, you had kind of the same thing when you were young, when you went to college.
Yeah,
And you were driving and
I
working
was
jobs,
raising a family, and
running around.
but I had to grit my teeth and make the time to do what I thought was good,
Yeah.
and it was great for me. My father played football for Oxford High School.
Did he? Wow.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and the
What was his position? Do you remember?
I don't remember,
Okay.
but it was in the 1930s,
Okay.
and I talked to him about it,
Yeah.
and that's, I think, I'm not sure, but I think it's before they built that building up where it is now. It ain't even a high school anymore.
The one up by Cape Run Street?
Yeah, on Cape, before they even built that building.
Okay, yeah, because that was
But it
not
was
the-
where next to the church.
Okay.
That used to be the high school.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he said, I went there, and he said, and I said, did you play? Yeah, I played football, and I played this and that. And I said, oh, it must have been exciting. He said, well, yeah, because he said, on Saturdays, I played football for the high school. On Sundays, he said I was playing for a semi-professional football team out of Providence, Rhode Island,
Really?
called Providence Steamrollers.
Okay.
semi-professional.
All right.
I said, wait a minute, high school kids can't play professional ball.
Uh-huh.
He said, no, not today. But back then they
Back
could.
then they didn't care, huh?
They didn't care.
Yeah. All right.
So I
Was
went in.
he a big man?
No, he wasn't. He was my size.
Okay. All right.
Just had big hands, big strong arms.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did he have a trade?
he was a coal man.
Okay.
This is why during my upbringing, my early days of my life, from the time I was born until I was probably 8 or 9 years old, my father worked for a company called New England Coal.
Okay.
Their office was across the street from Lynch's Diner in that
All right.
building.
Okay.
And they sold coal and oil
All right.
for people's houses. And my father was a coal man.
Okay.
He carried coal around, delivered coal to houses,
Uh-huh.
carried it up and down stairs in bags on his shoulder. Always came home black and dirty.
Yeah.
At that time, World War II was on.
Uh-huh.
And people his age were being drafted right off the streets.
Yeah.
But there was a rule pertaining to draftees at that time. If your job had something to do with with the good of the public,
Okay. And you were
couldn't be
exempted?
drafted. You were
Okay.
exempt from the draft. And
Right.
that's what my father fell under.
Okay.
So my father was a young man with a growing family.
Yeah.
While everybody else was going off to war, he stayed home and delivered coal.
Yeah. Kept them warm, though. So,
Everybody knew the coal man.
yeah, I bet they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they did.
And then somewhere around 1944, 45,
Yeah.
right at the end of the war, he went to work for a company called Emmett Valley Transportation,
Okay.
which was running in Uxbridge,
Mm-hmm.
and drove truck for the rest of his life.
Okay.
Spent another 25 or 30 years driving.
My grandfather was a
He
truck
was
driver.
a professional truck driver
Yeah.
and then they sold out or merged with Johnson Motor Lines eventually.
Okay.
Moved down to Rhode Island, but he moved down with them and
Mm-hmm.
eventually retired from them.
Okay.
So, but I played ball in school. I
Yeah.
played football and baseball. My sons played.
Yeah.
My grandson have played.
Oh, cool.
So there's
Just
the name
generations.
Goulet's been on one of the jerseys since the 30s.
Is that's what, 5 generations?
Whatever it comes out to.
Okay.
Many different schools.
That's great.
And right now, one of my grandsons is the football coach of the middle school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So this has been good. And
That's nice. Yeah.
well, I talked to this lady about being an electrician,
Yeah.
and I said, being an adult in the town of Oxford,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that there's classes available for you to become an electrician.
I think the union will do it for free.
I'm sure, especially if you're a female, the
Yeah.
electrician union will probably get you
There's ways to do it. Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah.
Wherever. So I said, I can remember being married, having kids, spending 22 hours a day busy.
Trying to hold it all together. So, yeah.
The classic story, Benny Emmerich, my friend Benny,
Yeah.
my personal, professional friend.
Yep.
I said to him one time, he was running a Buxton 500 drum corps,
Okay.
which is still in existence today.
Are they? Okay.
I believe so.
Cool.
Benny Emmerich married a lady from North Smithfield.
Uh-huh.
Her relatives were old timers from Rhode Island.
Okay.
And that's where he got involved with this name of this organization.
Okay. All right.
So he done all this kind of stuff. And one day I'm talking with him. He was a sergeant on the police force,
Mm-hmm.
working third shift,
Yep.
still running the pipe and drum corps. On weekends going all over New England.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I ran into him. I said, Mike, because we've been buddies for years. How you doing? How you doing, Ben?
Yeah.
He said, let me tell you, George. He said, I don't know how I'm going to make it. I said, what's going on? He said, time. I'm running out of time. Not only my physical body,
Mm-hmm.
my brain, but he said, it's more and more time consuming on a police department.
Mm.
I become a sergeant.
Yep.
I'm working third shift.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah. I've
That's
done
even hard.
that. Yeah.
He said, Friday nights I work third shift on a police department. I get out Saturday morning, we get in a bus, I take the pipe and drum corps anywhere in New England.
Okay. Yeah.
Could be, if we're lucky, Mendon. Or it could be somewhere up in New Hampshire.
Right.
I have no idea where we're. I know where we're going.
Yeah.
but-
But all over the place.
And he said, this is good.
Yeah.
And we play all day Saturday.
Okay.
And if we're lucky, we come home Saturday night.
Yeah.
A lot of times we stay over.
Okay.
But he said, if we're coming home, I find myself driving the bus and I find my head nodding.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been up for over 24 hours
She's been up the night before working.
with all the spinning going on.
Yeah.
And now it's a rest. Everybody's sleeping in the bus.
Oh.
And I'm driving and my head is nodding and I'm shaking my head. I said, I know exactly how you feel. Been there, done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, is there anything I can do to help you? He said, you can drive a bus, right? And I said, yeah. And
Okay.
he said, and your son is in a group. I said, yeah, Glenn, my son Glenn was in the
Okay.
group.
Yeah.
So I started driving the bus.
Uh-huh. All right.
Now this was in the mid-70s,
All right.
okay?
Yeah.
And that's when I got involved with the colonial troops.
Okay.
I had heard about Oxford maybe,
Yeah.
and then I was driving the bus picking them up, and we were somewhere. I don't remember where somewhere was, but I remember I was standing on the hood of the school bus,
Okay.
waiting for them to come down the street to get on the bus so we could come home.
Right.
And I seen colonial troops marching down the street,
All right.
and I said, "Hey, that's different. I've already got a military career behind me.
Yeah.
I've already got a Navy career behind me."
Know how to march. So.
And I said,
Yeah.
"This looks interesting,"
Okay.
but I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, they said, Benny calls me up and said, we're going to activate the Uxbridge Minutemen. I think you should get involved. So that's what led me into
That's
the
what got
Uxbridge
you right
Minutemen.
into it.
So I was already sliding down that path.
Okay.
And
So what's your rank now in the new one?
I'm a major.
Major. All right.
In the middle, on the top, on the left-hand side,
Mm-hmm.
is the Uxbridge Minuteman medal.
Okay.
Right there.
Yep.
When we first started the Uxbridge Minutemen, Roger D. Landry made the mold. He
Okay.
personally made the mold, and we would melt musket balls down
Mm-hmm.
into the metal.
Okay.
And the first original year that we were Minutemen, everybody that was a Minuteman received one of those medals
Okay.
made from a musket ball
Mm-hmm.
with a personal letter.
We got a good picture of that last time.
Right.
Those are really nice.
And that was from Roger to me.
That was really
And I
nice.
still carry it.
Yeah.
I still wear it on my uniform.
Okay.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
people still wanted the medals.
Mm-hmm.
And Roger didn't. We changed it. We didn't change the mold. we changed how we made the medals.
Okay.
Roger got totally involved, pewter,
Okay. All right.
and he mixed up his own pewter,
Okay. All right.
and we poured our own medals.
Okay.
And there was only two different people that had made the medals. Roger Landry and Ray Strom made the medals over time.
Okay.
I'm saying there's maybe 2,000 medals made over the years
All together, huh?
altogether. And I still have the molds.
Okay.
I still personally have
Those
ownership of the molds. I went to school in Uxbridge. I went to North Uxbridge School, first grade.
Okay.
I went to Wellexford School,
Yeah.
second and third grade.
Okay. All right.
Fourth grade, I moved down here.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the one-room schoolhouse.
Okay.
Fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Yeah.
Then I went to junior high school. I called junior high school.
That's what we called it too.
Right next
Where I
to
lived-
church.
where I lived. Yeah. Okay.
And then we went there for 1 year. Earl D. Taft was the principal.
Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Because he later became school head, the head of all the schools
Okay.
eventually, Earl D. Taft.
All right.
But he was principal at junior high school.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Quinn was the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the names don't stick in my mind. And, but we only went for a year because when we were out that summer, when we were going to go back, there was another fire in a building.
Okay.
And they shut the building down.
Yeah.
That's when they started going double session schools in Uxbridge.
That's a long day. Yeah.
And they done it for years afterwards,
Yeah.
double session, because I finished junior high school and high school all on double sessions.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And then I
hard.
got out of there. I was out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I'm a townie.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 37.
Okay.
His side of the family, the French Canadians, came up out of Harrisville, Rhode Island in the 1900s.
Okay.
Up on Richardson Street. The
Yeah.
big farm up on Richardson Street.
Mhm.
That was,
Was that there?
you know where it says Landry Lane?
Yeah.
That's my grandmother's family.
Okay. That's cool.
The Landrys.
All right.
So that's where we started off.
All right.
Married a girl from Woonsocket. Lived different places in Uxbridge. They knocked down the schoolhouse. And the second one was built over here in the back. There used to be a big mill over here in the brook
Okay.
for years.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember when I was a kid going over to that old building.
Uh-huh.
It was a remnants were there for many years on the old limestone brook. And that burned. You know, they used to do commercial icing off of the reservoir.
Yeah.
And they had big ice houses over there.
Okay.
And then sometime at point in time, one of the ice houses caught, a couple of the ice houses caught on fire.
Wow.
And flames came over into the school and burned the
Wow.
school down.
Okay.
This was in 1914,
1914. Okay.
around 1913, 1914, the schoolhouse burned down. So members of the neighborhood and the town went to the mill owners and they moved the equipment out of the way to make room, and the kids for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, went to school in the mill.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
So that's what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Then someone donated the land to the town and they built this building here. 1918.
Yep.
It opened up as a school.
Okay.
And I got all the records. It stayed as a school until 1948.
Okay.
And then it shut down for educational reasons. There was no running water in the building.
Uh-huh.
When they first opened up, I understand there was 8 grades and 1 teacher.
Okay.
When it first opened, when I went there
Yeah.
in 1943, I believe,
Okay.
it was 6 grades, 1 teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Miss Pachulis. Because at that time, all school teachers had to be unmarried women.
Yep.
That's because that's the way
true.
it was.
It was. Yeah.
And I got out of there in 46. But I'm saying there was no running water in the building.
Uh-huh.
Every day, 2 of the biggest boys in the school had to go down to the spring,
Okay.
down by the old driving theater.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Bomb of Life
Bomb of
Spring
Life.
Road.
Uh-huh.
They went down to the spring and got a big bucket of water.
I'm
Every day the kids brought water up to drink.
Mm-hmm.
I took up my Boston cup and hanging it out on the back porch.
Yeah.
I took up my Boston cup.
Okay.
I got out of there in 46.
Yeah.
There was no electricity. There was no cafeteria. There was no telephones. We had a boys' outhouse and a girls' outhouse,
Mm-hmm.
2 seated.
Okay.
When you went outside to play, the boys played on one side, the girls played on the other side, because that's the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my last year there, we got a new teacher.
Mm-hmm.
All the boys in the school fell in love with the new teacher.
Did they?
She was 22 years old,
Whoa.
a pretty brunette,
Ooh.
and had a Buick convertible.
Ah.
No more could you ask for. Her parents came from Milford. They were one of the big contractors,
Uh-huh.
Italian contractors out of Milford. That was
Okay, yeah.
that's where she came from.
All right.
But the last year I was here, we had Norma Grassati. Her name was Norma Grassati.
Okay.
And I remember that. I left and I went up to junior high school.
Mm-hmm.
That building isn't there today. Next to the St. Mary's Church.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be. It was the high school at one time, then became junior high for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay, on the corner.
I'm at the end.
Top corner.
Handsome boy. Yeah. Got it.
But she graduated like I did.
Okay.
We went to high school,
Uh-huh.
49. We got out of there in 54. While I was in high school, Agnes Garrity was my last teacher, homeroom teacher.
Okay.
Her brother, who was the principal.
Mm-hmm.
And we were up in the old building upstairs in the front.
Okay.
And we look out and we watched them build that whole new section,
Uh-huh.
which was called the new junior high,
Okay.
because the last year that I was in junior high school, the building burnt again. And we couldn't have no school there, so we went on double sessions in the high school
Okay.
for a number of years.
Yeah.
And my whole rest of my junior high school time and all my high school time was on double session.
Mm-hmm.
But I was upstairs in Mrs. Garrity's class. I looked out the window when we were building the new junior high school cafeteria and the gym, the Veterans Memorial Gym. I watched them build it.
Did you?
And
Wow.
my high school class was the first one to have dances or anything in an auditorium
Nice.
in that big building. So that was just
Very nice.
the street.
Okay.
Oh, big farm, tannery, the whole bit. And we lived there. We lived there on the farm for a while. My dad bought this property from her,
Okay.
and he paid off by doing work for her,
Oh, nice. Okay.
keeping the boiler running and fixing
Yeah.
stuff.
So the trade going on.
So my dad was the first one to buy,
Uh-huh.
except for the old timers,
Okay.
like the Platts and the Quakers that lived
Right.
next to him, and
Okay.
there was nothing here
Uh-huh.
except farmland. In fact, where we live now is cornfield. This whole area here with these houses now, which is cornfield, is that when I remember as a kid. But
Uh-huh.
whatever. My dad bought this property, so I lived. We moved here in '52. We built this house and lived here.
Okay.
We were the first in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
for years.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, when we first moved down here, my father used to bring his tractor, Brockway tractor, brand new Brockway tractor that he drove by Emmett Valley, and we pull it down into, you know where they're rebuilding the bridge?
Yeah.
Well, we'd pull it next to the old bridge down into the brook, and we'd wash the tractor in the brook. The old Brockway tractor, wash it and polish it,
Nice.
and drive it up the other side,
Nice.
Uh-huh.
'cause that's the way things were.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he got me a job. I worked for a short period of time at Emmett Valley.
Yeah.
And that's when I got into the Teamsters Union.
Okay.
It wasn't something I wanted to do, but my dad said you got to do it
Okay.
and be good in the future. And it did help me in the future because at some point in time, a number of years ago, the U.S. government said anybody that drives a trailer truck must be licensed, must have a special driver's license. And when Emmett Valley turned in a list of all of their drivers, they put me down as a driver. Although I wasn't per se a driver, I was just truck loader. But they
Okay.
put my name down as a driver, and I got a Class A permit to drive trailer truck,
Okay.
which I used for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It was always my ace in the hole. Whatever.
It's good. Yeah.
I was in the Navy. When I got out of high school, right at the end when we're getting out, a guy came from the Naval Reserve, said, hey, you want to sign up, do this, that? Go, all the pluses. Oh, okay, where do I sign? Sign here.
Yeah.
So about a year and a half later, they said, okay, we need you.
Okay.
Okay. So around 56, 57, I went on regular Navy for 4 years.
Okay.
I got attached to Sub-Squadron 10 out of New London.
Mhm.
This was in the late 60s and the late 50s. Squadron 10 out of New London, which wasn't at the subbase, was across the river,
Mhm.
became the first. That's when the U.S. Navy started building nuclear submarines.
Yeah.
The Nautilus, the Skate, the Seawolf, the Sea Dragon. I couldn't come home for Christmas because I had a special priority A job. I had to repair an electric coffee pot on the Nautilus. That was priority 1 job, but anyways, the Korean bonus. I went on an active duty on a Thursday, and the Korean bonus was being paid till the following Monday. So with 4 days left,
days.
I get the Korean bonus,
He's a lucky guy.
and I drank a lot of beer. Bought me a lot of beers, I remember that. And then I stayed on ready reserve for years out of Woonsocket.
Mhm.
And then I got off. I got out of that, and I got attached to a reserve minesweeper
Okay.
out of Providence, out of India Point, Providence. And I used to go a couple of weekends a month for years,
Mhm.
until finally in, I don't know, in the 70s anyway, 74, I said, enough is enough. People say, why you do this? I said, I'm married. My wife doesn't work, she's a homemaker. I got a bunch of kids. I'm working full time and with part-time jobs just to break even.
Yeah.
When it's, I not only am a veteran and I serve my country,
Mhm.
but I gave them 1 weekend a month
Yep.
or 2 weeks a year.
Uh-huh.
But when I got attached to the sub, at India Point, the
Yep.
minesweeper,
Right.
I'd go down on a Friday night, I'd sign my name in, leave my bag there with my gear,
Yeah.
come home.
Mhm.
I go back Saturday morning. We'd get underway around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. It's only 18 miles to Providence from here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
We get underway. We'd put in around 5 o'clock at night. We'd practice sweeping for mines. We would put in about 8 o'clock at night. 6 o'clock at night, we were tied up somewhere at a good liberty port. Block Island, Newport,
Mhm.
P-Town, all the good beer drinking places. You go ashore, drink beer, come back on board, get underway about 9 o'clock Sunday morning, be back in Providence at 11, tie up and come home. I spent 13 and a half hours on board ship the whole weekend,
Oh.
and I made a lot of money.
Okay.
I got paid a lot of money, and I needed the money to support my family.
Yep.
I worked for, when Bernat first came down from Boston and bought the mill, I went to work for Bernat.
Yep.
I was one of the first employees to go to work for him
Okay.
in maintenance.
Uh-huh.
I spent a whole, and I told you about that, about
Till Jack.
having I would go everywhere. I would take Mr. and Mrs. Bernat everywhere they wanted. He would call me up to the office. My maintenance boss would say, George, your man wants to talk to you. I'd go up to the office, Eugene. He'd say, George, I want you to take my Mercedes out of the garage. You're going to give me a ride here. I take him everywhere. I take him to museums. I take him, you can't believe it. I take him to the airport. I pick him up at the airport.
Mhm.
And I thought he was a classic man.
Yeah.
While I was there too, I got totally involved. Eugene and his wife lived in the Blue Hills Reservation. That's where their mansion was.
Mhm.
And they had a big, huge, because I've been to their house out there. It was huge. It stopped me dead in my tracks when I just seen the size of it. I couldn't realize that people own property. But whatever. They decided to build a new house close to the mill down there in Uxbridge.
Mhm.
Because they were moving the business down to Uxbridge.
Yeah.
Bernat yarns came out of southern France. For centuries, Bernat yarn was in France. And their claim to fame was they resurrected old tapestries,
Oh wow.
old
Yeah.
European tapestries from the castles.
Uh-huh.
They redone them. That was their claim to fame.
Wow. Didn't know that.
So they understood yarns and knitting and colors.
Mhm.
They knew all about this.
Wow. Okay.
So they opened up a yarn factory and colors.
Mhm.
They didn't make the yarns, they bought the yarns, but their claim to fame was their colors. They could make colors. They decided to build, they bought a lot of land up there, and they had a house built, and I ended up taking a crew of guys. We went to different places, and old barns, took rafters and pots and pieces out of old houses and old barns, and saved them for their new house in Upton. And most of the stuff that they saved, and I'm talking about, I picked up tile floors, I picked up wainscot paneling off of walls, I picked up wallpaper off of walls. They would go to all of these estates all around southern New England,
Mhm.
and they could afford it,
Yeah.
and they would buy stuff. And I'd go up with a crew, and we'd take it out, and we stored it, and what now they call the Farnham House. Because Bernat Yards owned the Farnham House. When they bought the mill, the Farnham House property went with the mill. And that was just a storehouse. So I collected all of this stuff for them for their new house and stored it there for while I was there. So that was just another one of my good things in the town.
Just connecting to that, because he reminded me of it.
Yeah.
At one point in time, I don't remember exactly when, but our grandfather,
Uh-huh.
on our dad's side,
Yeah.
he was a blacksmith.
Okay.
And at one point, the town basically asked him to replace some of the hardware
Yeah.
in the Farnham house.
Okay.
Because he had the expertise to be able to reproduce the hardware as it would have been originally.
Uh-huh.
He replaced some of the hardware
Oh,
in
wow.
the Farnham house.
That was your dad that did that.
My grandfather, my dad's dad.
Your dad's, okay.
Right, our dad's.
Okay, so grandfather.
Yeah. And in fact, if you look behind you, you may want to.
Okay, give me one
Yeah,
second.
no, right there.
Oh yeah, Mom Pepe.
No, down, one more.
Yeah, Mom Pepe.
That's how
No,
they spelled his
say
name.
my Pepe.
Okay. Your Pepe.
Yeah,
Mom Pepe.
Mon Pepe.
Yeah. So
Your
that was his
grandfather.
business. That was his business.
Okay.
When,
Jack, you want to take
when my
pictures of
Mehmet
these?
family
Now
came
that
up
picture above is him and his oldest
when
son.
my Mehmet's family came up from Rhode Island,
Yeah.
to Richardson Street,
That's
Right.
that's
Wow.
George and his oldest son
where they'd be
in the
leaning.
picture.
Okay.
They had 4 or 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, they had 8 kids.
8
4
kids.
boys and 4 girls.
Okay.
The Landry Company started a company called the Landry Loom Company.
Okay.
It was in business for many years,
Mm-hmm.
making looms. Because they all worked in the mills.
Yeah.
They were all loom type people. They understand. They were loom fixers at work in the mills. So they started a company called the Landry Loom Company. I got copies of the original paperwork for the Landry Loom Company. I got business cards. They needed someone in the family who understood metals.
Okay.
They were all mechanics and everything, but they needed someone who understood the metals and how to work with metals. Along comes this intern blacksmith
Mm-hmm.
named George Goulet,
Okay.
my Pepe.
Your grandfather. Yeah.
Yeah. Come here, we want to talk to you, boy. Young guy.
Uh-huh.
Come here, we want to talk to you. Oh, what do you want to talk about? We need your vast knowledge of metals for our new company,
Yeah.
the build looms. We need your vast knowledge of history about it's all. And they said, look, and we have this big farm up here in Richardson. We have plenty of. We'll give you a place down there to set up your blacksmith shop,
Mhm.
and I can show you what a sound foundation is up on Richardson Street where my Pepe has his blacksmith shop set
Okay.
up. Oh, and they said, oh, and by the way, to put a little bit of frosting on the cake,
Mm-hmm.
we have a daughter of marrying age.
Okay.
Her name is Mary.
Mary. All right.
So we came in, became part of the Landry Loom Company,
Oh, okay.
That's
set
the
up his
name.
blacksmith shop, and a maid marriage with her daughter Mary.
Oh, okay.
My meme.
Your Meme.
I gotta show you her pictures,
So your grandmother.
because I have her photographs.
Yeah.
And my meme was a pack rat. She saved everything, and I still got a lot of the stuff that she saved for years.
Mm-hmm.
Receipts from a garage that they had and whatever. But they lived up on Richardson Street in the 1890s.
Okay.
She got married in 1908.
Okay.
She was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he opened a business. I got paperwork where he opened a blacksmith shop in Northbridge.
Okay.
Which goes with that.
No,
That's different.
is that Douglas? Eventually, he opened up
that's
the
Douglas.
business in
Yeah.
Douglas on Kirk Street.
That is Douglas.
They moved up to Kirk Street, and they opened. Because I went to. I drove with my Pepe. He said, "This is where my shop was, right here. I know exactly where it was. You go up in East Douglas,
Mm-hmm.
right? Go by the Jenks store. The library's on your right. You take it right.
Mm-hmm.
Funeral home's on your right. You go down over the stone bridge. The baseball field's on your left. If you take it right there, where the stone bridge is, over the water, it's a canal that goes down to the mill. That's where his blacksmith shop was.
Okay. Got it.
And then finally, my Meme and Pepe sold the land they had on Kirk Street
Mm-hmm.
and moved down to the farm on East Douglas. And then they moved down to back to Uxbridge
Okay. All
on
right.
Douglas Street.
Yeah.
Right now, where the hardware store is,
Cuban.
actually,
Okay.
I forget, I think it was like 18 Douglas Street.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Whatever. She bought a house there and she lived there. He died there.
Recoupments.
Whatever.
Where were the paint stores? That's where
Where the
house
paint
was.
stores? Oh, really?
The actual paint
Oh, yeah.
building, that's the paint.
Yeah.
That's
Plot of
where
land.
Okay. That's paint storehouse.
They knocked the building
that is-
down now when they put up the big hardware store. There was a big fire
somewhere in the 60s, because I
and a
remember.
flame to go up my grandmother's house. And the only thing that saved her was it was an old house and it wasn't stud partition walls, it was blank. It was just planks.
Uh-huh.
Like chestnut, and that saved the house from burning down.
That would do it. Chestnut, yeah. Wow. She was very lucky.
Even the guy named Canary survived. So, yes.
Wow.
And
Okay.
all my kids were, when I was living in the Parkway.
Yeah,
Me and Mary and my 4 kids were living in Veterans Parkway.
right.
And my kids used to go by there, stop at my mate's house.
Mm-hmm.
To give them cookies.
Good meme.
And she still made her pork pies and stuff. That was a French. New Year's Day was a big French-Canadian holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And still is to this day.
Yeah.
The French-Canadians, right?
Mhm.
I still played around in Uxbridge. I was always working, never without a job. I never, my whole life, I ever had a day that I wasn't had a job. I got out of work on a Friday, whatever. I never had a day. I never collected a day without a job. Even when I was a young kid, I used to work on the farms locally, here and there in town. I was just been a worker my whole life. My mother's father was a blacksmith in Blackstone.
Okay. All right.
French on this side, Swedish Finnish on this side of the family. But he worked as a blacksmith too.
Mm-hmm.
Down to me, through my father, through me,
Okay.
I can fix things. I still do to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I still fix things.
Mm-hmm.
And I became a professional maintenance man. I can fix anything.
Yeah.
Amen. I'm the man. Finally, one of my friends, my cousin who lived next door to me at the time, said to me, George, you're a great mechanic. You're like your father and your grandfather. You can fix anything. You can build anything. I said, yeah. He said, but you're stupid. You know that. I said, what? He said, you're dumb. I said, no, I'm not dumb. I know. I'm not talking about what you can do with your hands. I'm talking about what you got up here. I said, I got a good mind. I can fix anything. You're not listening to what I'm telling you. You ain't never going to make money. Hey, are you making so much money that you don't need any extra? I said, no. I'm raising 4 kids, working a full-time, part-time job, driving taxi cab in Uxbridge. When there was 3 taxi cab companies and running in Uxbridge, I drove taxi cab in Uxbridge, just part-time, just because I had to I had to raise a family.
Yeah.
He said, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Do you want to make money? You gotta have a piece of paper that says you're smart. Well, what the hell do I get one of these? He said, we call it college. I said, I'm married, I got 4 kids, I'm working all the time. I don't have time to go to school. He said, now you just keep going the rest of your life fixing things and coming home with dirty hands and smiling and patting yourself on the back, but you're dumb. Okay? As long as you know that. As long as you understand that.
Mm-hmm.
That was talking about Cousin Bud, right? So funny, he wouldn't let me go. He kept hopping on me. He was number 2 in industrial education in the state of Rhode Island, my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
He said, George, everything is in alignment for you. You're a veteran, you can get veteran to pay for your college. The state of Rhode Island at this time has come up with a law like Massachusetts that says the shop teacher must have a degree. Prior to that, the shop teacher didn't need a degree in high school. Now you do.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, somebody's going to set up a program, and I can get you into this program. nights and weekends.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot. So here I am, working a full-time job with part-time jobs, raising 4 kids. Now I started going to school. And I can't study during the day because you can't study in the house. It just doesn't work.
Not with 4 kids. Yeah.
So I have to wait 11 o'clock at night before I can study when everybody goes to bed. But I studied, and I still work. And I went to school here and there on weekends, and the classic story was, I needed 3 credits, and my counselor said, take this course. I paid it just for the credits. So this is Rhode Island College.
Okay.
That I was going to down in Rhode Island. So I go in. Everybody in the class has already got degrees. They didn't know what the hell to do with us. Us shop teachers, they didn't know what the hell to do with us. They didn't want us, but the law said that they had to teach us.
Okay.
So they had to set up a program, and they set it up in the Division of the Graduate Studies. So everybody that was in the class and we went to already had degrees, and here we are, workers. So it was a great life, let me tell you. A lot of stories, we can talk about that. But anyways, one day she said, we're going to, the class was for first grade and kindergarten teachers. And we're gonna have homework this week. You're gonna do a book report on Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. And I kind of shook my head. So when the class now went up to see the professor, the lady, and I said, do you know who I am and how I'm here? She said, I know exactly who you are and you're here. And she said, yes, we don't want you. We Rhode Island College, we don't want you, but we have to teach you because that's the law.
Wow.
I said, but do you understand I'm a married man with 5 kids working? I can't come home and say to my kids I'm doing a book report on Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. I just can't do that. It just in my mind.
Yeah, that's hard.
She said, I'll tell you what, Mr. Goulet, if you don't disrupt my class and keep your mouth shut, I'll give you a C. I'll give you a passing mark. I said, thank you. That's all I want.
Problem solved.
So I got a degree. Did it mean I was any smarter? No, not one iota.
But you got
Well,
the
I
paper.
learned a lot of things. I went to school. I was so proud of going to college that I even wore a necktie
Wow.
and a suit, and I had a suit and a necktie and shiny shoes. And I went to school, and all the kids were wearing long hair, dirt shorts, torn shirts. This was in the 60s now we're talking, right? You know, the time era of lifestyle at that time was wild. In 1974, one of my good friends for life, at the time I was a small lad, was named Benny Emmerich. We were friends for life. We done this. We drank a lot of beer together. We had a lot of good times together. We got married, and our families bonded together for years. And Benny became chairman of the Bicentennial Commission in the town of Uxbridge.
Yeah.
He said, come here, I want to talk to you. He said, we got things we got to do for the town. Oh, well, okay. And he said, and I'm talking to the selectmen, and for the anniversary of the town, and the bicentennial of the country, he said, I want to reorganize the Uxbridge Minutemen. I want to reactivate the Uxbridge Minutemen. And I was driving a bus one time, driving the Buxton Fights and Drum Corps, and I seen a parade with colonial troops. And I said, hey, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
You know, I could maybe do that. I can do anything I want to do. Maybe that's what I want to do for my side, for my, you know, because you always got to have a side thing to do, whatever that side thing is.
Yeah.
Drink beer or eat pickled eggs or whatever it is, but you got to do something different, right?
Yeah.
To relieve yourself, to get
Yeah.
your needs, to do your thing. And then all of a sudden came up this Uxbridge Minutemen is reactivating. I said, hey, I could do that.
There you go.
I got pictures, I got paperwork, I got the histories, I got it all written down. I got thousands of photographs of the Minutemen, about my wife making the uniforms, about how many parades we done. And we heard that, of course, the United States was celebrating its bicentennial, and they were having big events going on at the time. We started running with a lot of units out of Rhode Island, called the Rhode Island Militia.
Yeah.
They were colonial units, still activated, not reactivated for bicentennial, but they've been since day one. It's called the Rhode Island Militia. And in Rhode Island, these units, there's 7 or 8 of them, are set up in case the United States government activates the National Guard, the Rhode Island Militia take over the armories and everything.
Wow. Okay.
And they do this, and they do the events for Rhode Island, and Rhode Island supplies them with powder, and
Wow.
and I did stories about that whole thing. But we done some events with this out of Gloucester, over here in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
You know, and we heard that there was a thing going on, that a lot of different units from the 13 colonies were going to meet down in Yorktown to celebrate the Battle of Yorktown and reenacting the Battle of Yorktown in the American Revolution.
Yeah.
And George Harrington and I, we said, well, we could,
Yeah, do
this
that.
sounds cool, man. How do we get involved? I don't know. So we talked to these guys from Chepachet is actually the town.
Okay.
Chepachet. So we went down and we talked to these people. They said, oh yeah, this is it, this is it. You can sign up with us. You can, we're going. We're sending a unit.
Okay.
You want to join up with us? We said, yeah. So George Harrington and his wife Dottie and I, we spent 13 days on the road. We went down, we done Yorktown. And they said, I don't know if you know this, but at that time, after a couple of years of fighting with the King of England in our American Revolution, France joined in with us to assist us by not only sending this and that and stuff to us, but a fleet and a whole army, and they took over Newport, Rhode Island. And it was called Rochambeau's Army.
And this as well.
My wife made my colonial uniforms, and this was my French Army uniform that she made for me. First of all, we joined up with Rhode Island, and they attached us to Rochambeau's Army. So when we get involved with that, Luzon's Legions was special than most military groups at that time were made up of cavalry, infantry, and artillery, separate units. He combined them all together, and they called them his legions.
Okay.
So we were attached to Luzon's Legion, and they put us in an Irish brigade.
Okay. All right.
We were in an Irish brigade of Luzon's Legion of Rochambeau's Army. Because I'm good with hands, I made wooden canteens. These are authentic wooden canteens.
Wow.
Made exactly like the original canteens were made. Now, I've made about 35 or 36 of them.
Okay.
I made this specific one to go with the French Army.
Okay. But you made bunches of these.
And there's a whole story that goes with this.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we are in Luzon's Legion. Yorktown, the Battle of Yorktown, the big deal. the day before the last day of the big event, the big battle that's going to go on, the President Mitterrand from France was there,
Oh, wow.
U.S. President was there.
Okay.
It was a big deal. Before we go out to the field to perform for the public,
Yeah.
we couldn't carry knives, we couldn't carry bayonets, we couldn't carry any cartridges, any bullets onto the field for this whole event.
Right.
But the day before the event, before the big event, we were encamped in Virginia, and one day, the Count de Rochambeau, because the name still exists in France.
It's relative
So
of
the-
the
so the Count himself came over
They
here?
exist forever.
Wow.
They came to our camp.
Okay.
The Count de Rochambeau and his whole entourage came to our camp. And that specific day, George Hetherington and I, and he had the same uniform that I had.
Really?
We were on guard duty at the front of the
Wow.
camp.
Okay.
So when they came, about 13 people, and they carried an original battle flag
Oh my. Wow.
from the American Revolution.
That's
Oh, wow.
cool. That's very cool.
They carried it, and they were going to
Uh-huh.
open it up at the camp.
Yeah.
But here we are, so we gave him the whole,
Uh-huh. Come to attention.
we present on the whole bit. They go through, they do their thing.
Uh-huh.
They're coming back out. Finally, after a couple hours or whatever it was, they come out. We went, and they come by. And as part of the group was a pretty young lady.
Mm-hmm.
She had a big pocketbook and a big camera.
Okay.
I don't know who she was. She said, "Can I take your picture?" Me and George said, "Of course." So we stand there smiling with our muskets. That's a Charleville musket, by the way.
Yeah.
And she takes our picture. She said, "Thank you." The next day, we're doing the same battle and the national TV and the whole bit, and Mitterrand is there, and everybody, every governor, and Biggie. It was one of the big events for the American bicentennial. And we're waiting to go out to the field. And I said to my partner George, I said, "Boy, what a day. We shall remember this day forever." I said, "I wish the hell I could come to take home." "What do you mean?" I said, I gotta bring something home. Besides the stuff that you can buy. There's always stuff that you can buy. I said, "I'd like to Count de Rochambeau's signature." George said, "What?" I said, "I'd like his signature on my canteen."
Let me see.
So we're standing there, and there's the Count, and people are packed around him. You can't get close to him. So I hope you. There's this blonde lady that took our photograph the day before.
Yeah.
So I went up to her and I said, "Excuse me." I said, "You remember me?" She said, "Of course. I took your photograph yesterday at the camp." I said, "Yes." And I said, I said, "I'm French. I'm in the French army, and and I'm an American citizen and a veteran. I just can't ask for anything more." I said, "The only frosting that can be put on my cake, I want the Count's signature." But I said, as you can see, I didn't even get close to him. She said, "Come with me." Now, I don't know who she was. I don't know if it's his daughter, his wife, his mistress, but I don't know who she was. All I know is that when we walk, people just cross. You know what you hear in the Bible?
And they just parted.
Parting of the ways. People just get out of the way. We walked up to the Count, and she said something in his ear. And he looked at me and he said, "Monsieur Goulet?" I said, "Yes." "What can I do for you?" I said, "Your signature, sir." And there it is.
Isn't that brilliant? I love it. See there?
I said, "This I treasure."
Uh,
And the government of France invited all of us that participated as reenactors to France as their guests
oh, lovely.
for 1 week.
Lovely.
And the U.S. government
Mm-hmm.
flew us over with our cannons, our tents, our uniforms,
Oh, okay.
and we spent a week as guests at the government of
Oh, the
France.
government of France.
Wow.
And there's one
Oh,
of
look
my,
at
I
this.
received that.
Oh, this is beautiful. So the Count of Rochambeau, American-French Alliance, Newport, Rhode Island. So that's that army that was in Newport, commemorating the Revolution. So
Wow.
this is beautiful work.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Different, huh? No, they also gave me a medal from France.
American-French Alliance, Comte de Rochambeau, Count of Rochambeau. And this is General George Washington, 1776,
I believe that's my French medal,
1783.
yeah.
Yep, it is.
So this is the Count of Rochambeau. This is George Washington. And this is the anniversary, so they struck a medal for this.
When I first got involved with the Minutemen,
Mm-hmm.
we decided that the Minutemen head would be our official medal.
Okay.
We decided that the Minutemen head would be our official emblem.
Mm-hmm.
So we made a mold,
Okay.
and we would take musket balls, lead musket balls, and melt them down.
Yep.
And the first 50, I believe, medals that were made with cannonballs melted down. And the thing is broken off. I got to repair it.
Okay.
But
I love
and
that.
then read the back.
See what it says. George W. Goulet for loyalty, 1775 to 1975. Uxbridge Minutemen. And then it has Captain Roger Landry.
From Captain Landry, right?
Yeah, from Captain Landry.
The Queen of England came to visit the United States at our bicentennial year.
Oh, yeah.
Came over here, I believe, on the 10th of July.
Okay.
And we marched in front of the Queen.
Did you?
We issued a medal.
Okay.
This is the medal.
Oh,
the Queen
that's
of England.
Elizabeth. Yes, beautiful.
And the date is
So-
on the back. Yes.
The Queen's visit to Boston.
I gotta remember this guy lived on Conning Street.
Yeah.
His name will pop in my mind. But he was the head of the commission.
Mm-hmm.
So he came to me one day and he said, George, you're one of the few veterans that are left up here. I said, yeah. He said, and you know everything. You've been up here for so many years. I said, yeah. And he said, things are different. I said, yeah. And he said, now he said, we have to have a police officer in charge, quasi in charge of the project.
Uh-huh.
And you've been here for so long, and you got a military background.
Oh, I see.
Would you like to be the police officer for the housing authority?
Uh-huh.
Uxbridge Housing Authority.
Okay.
I still got the badge downstairs.
Do you? Wow.
I was a police officer for a number of years,
Okay.
and when somebody got evicted or moved out,
Right.
I had to go in with the housing authority people to assume that this is the way that
Take a look at everything.
as everything was,
Yeah.
and even had input into people coming in to some degree.
Okay. Yeah.
So I spent that for a number of years,
Hmm.
and I still got the badge. I look around one time and I said, "Wow, this badge! Oh yeah, I remember now." Yeah.
It's for the housing.
I didn't
authority.
arrest anybody. I didn't stop any cars.
Yeah.
But I
No.
was a member of the
Was
Oxford
it a
Police
constable
Department.
or was it police officer or what did they
I
call
was
it?
a.
Or do you know?
I don't know what they call me. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I
So
don't.
was
I
your-
never remember being paid.
Okay.
I don't think they took anything off my rent. I don't remember. All I
Yeah.
remember is I done it for a number of years.
Okay. Helped him out off that.
And then the same guy.
Yeah.
And his name will pop in my mind. Was involved with Uxbridge, and he said, "You know, George," he said, "we need you in this town as a government."
Uh-huh.
I said, no, I'm not a politician. He said, no. He said, would you be interested in the finance committee? I said, what do they do? Well, he said they spend the money. I said, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
maybe,
Yeah.
just maybe.
Might want to have a say in that.
Maybe I might at least find out what the hell's going on, if nothing else.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And he said it's an appointment, but he said I know people
All right.
that owe me favors.
Uh-huh.
So I got appointed to the. I
Finance.
think the first time I stood 7 or 8 years on a finance committee in the town. That
Okay.
was an eye-opening. That was a truly eye-opening
Why,
experience.
how come? Why was it?
I don't remember the years, but it was in the early 90s.
Yeah, why was it eye-opening?
Because I didn't know how the town run.
Yeah.
You think you know,
Uh-huh.
but once you get inside the door,
You see it differently.
it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, I've been on the finance committee.
Right, as you
Yeah.
know.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
and then finally somebody convinced me to run for selectman. There was going to be an opening on selectman.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some friends here, plus my son, that guy Glenn. And I had some friends here from the school. George, you should be a selectman. I don't want it.
Uh-huh.
George, we need you.
Uh-huh.
The neighborhood needs somebody uptown to take care of South Uxbridge because
Uh-huh.
we here in South Uxbridge, I don't know how it is today, because I'm back here in my own little cocoon.
Uh-huh. Your own little kingdom here, huh? Uh-huh.
But for years, talking to my neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
we firmly believed that there was like a barrier built just this side of the courthouse.
Uh-huh. They don't think
And
about
that was
South
Uxbridge, and
Uh-huh.
this was them down south.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's kind of the way that we felt about it, as far as anything that happened.
Right.
So they said, we need you.
Mm-hmm.
It's great you're on the finance committee, but if you're a selectman, you might have some opportunity.
Okay.
So I did run. And I served from 1998 to 2001
Okay.
as a selectman.
Yeah.
And then I finally got out of it and I said, that's it, man. I'm just going to go back to the Minutemen,
Uh-huh. Have
do
some-
my thing, right? And they said, one of them go home and said, George, you know, we have another opening on the finance committee.
They got you back.
I said, oh no. They said, we need you, George. We need your expertise, your experience.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I went back for another, I don't know, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
Seems to me I spent about 12 or 15 years
Okay.
totally on the finance committee.
That's a lot.
And that was an as you know, it's an eye-opening.
It's a lot of work going through those budgets.
It's a lot of work,
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
but you know what's going on.
Yeah, you do, more or less. So,
And that was,
yeah.
and then I served for years as an assistant baseball coach
Okay, that's
for
more
the Little
fun.
League. And yeah, because my kids were coming through the Little League. And
Uh-huh.
so,
So you like baseball?
not really, but my kids played ball. And
Okay.
my daughters played softball. And
Yeah. All right.
so that's why I call myself a townie.
Okay, that's fair. You put your time in.
I've been everywhere. I've done everything.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, you know every inch.
I know all the pitfalls. I maybe don't know what to do, but I sure the heck have learned what not to do, right?
I think that's the whole battle, isn't it?
Isn't
You
it?
know, I see some young people in their 20s, and it's like your 20s is when you figure out what you never want to do again. You know? You know?
Yes. Yeah.